Begin Podfix Network transmission in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the Yummy and Fearless podcast with the Side Chicks, where we offer our side of the issues. Thank you so much for listening. Please follow us at Yummy Fearless on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and even Pinterest, where you'll find additional content from today's show. You can also listen to us on Apple iTunes, YouTube, Stitcher, and Spotify. Please rate, like, review, subscribe, and share. And if no one else has told you today, we love you. Now let's get into the show. Welcome to the Yummy and Fearless podcast with the Side Chicks. I'm Yummy.
I'm Dark Phoenix.
What's up, y'all?
What is up? We're back again.
Yes.
Putting things in your ear, some things to think about and laugh about.
That's right. And we've decided that this is going to be Tell the Truth Summer.
Tell the Truth Summer. Tell the Truth Summer. What does that mean? What does that mean to you?
Tell the Truth Summer is it's a segment, obviously, but it's about where you tell the truth about something.
Okay.
And it's going to run from the start of summer to the end of summer, and then after that, you can go back to lying.
And this means we ain't scared. That's all. That's how I interpret
it.
We ain't scared. We gonna tell the truth. We're gonna tell the truth.
Yeah, it could be something you want to get off your chest, or something that people don't want to say, or something that needs to be said.
Sometimes you got to do it. So yeah. What's your first entry? You have something?
Well, I kind of think one of our topics for today is sort of in relation to Tell the Truth Summer. And it is about the forever taboo topic of interracial dating.
Oh.
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay. What you got? What are you thinking?
Okay, so in the news recently, Lebron James Jr., who is a child, was catching a lot of flack because he took a white girl to the prom.
How old is he? He's 18. Oh, he's
16 or yeah.
Oh, he is a child. Okay.
He's literally a child. Yeah. He's a child.
Who was he catching flack from?
Twitter, I think. Black.
Oh,
Twitter?
the whole Twitter? The whole Black Twitter.
Yeah.
Huh? Okay.
People were going in. People were pissed, which this isn't the first time that people have commented about his
choices.
Okay. Yeah. And his choices seem to always be white girls, and people take issue with it, and people have been doing this for some years now. And so I guess when he posted his prom picture to show you how young he is, he's attending a prom, people had a fit. Then they said, like father, like son.
What? And
they showed LeBron's old prom picture.
Oh no.
When he took a white girl to the prom.
That's so unfortunate. I have mixed emotions about this one.
So, but I don't know that I understand what all the hoopla is, or what the interest is. One, he's a child. That's one. Two, don't they live in like Beverly Hills?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. I'm like, why wouldn't he take somebody to the prom who goes to his school? I'm sure that
around him,
probably not much to choose from in terms of melanin. So, there's that.
And he's a child. So, but it's like all these adults are like putting all of this on him and putting all this context on him. And I don't know that child
deserves it.
I don't think he deserves it.
There is something I get it because it's almost like he's been groomed.
Yeah.
If you're looking at it in isolation and you're looking at it like just as a snapshot of who he is, and you don't really know, which none of us really do. But it's almost like he's being groomed to prefer a certain type female, and all that entail. People get really emotionally attached to that type of thing.
He probably is, but here's the other thing, and I think that the grooming part isn't mostly is not even a conscious thing, because if you look at society as a whole and the tendency for European beauty standards to be the standard in all things white, of course there are going to be people that think white is best. And when they start dating, they start going for white. I think that that's realistic.
But I think there's a leap there that we're making. We're making a lot of assumptions that A, he prefers this type of woman, young lady. B, that he is in fact being why couldn't it just be convenience? Why couldn't they just be friends?
Well, yeah,
I
don't mean that in terms of him individually.
Right.
For him individually, I'm guessing, and like you say, we don't know him, but for him individually, I think people are thinking of him in a different way. He's a very privileged, rich kid who lives in circles that most of us can't even imagine.
True.
And I would guess that these circles aren't super diverse.
Right. That's all I'm saying. I don't think
yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's not fair in a sense to saddle him with all of these implications, these social implications. However, it does kind of feel, like some of the same old, like, young black male in public eye meets, any number of non-black young women and decides to like her and wife her. We don't know who's gonna wife her, but
I think that so if you took the roster, especially for like the NFL, if you took the roster for the NFL and you looked at all the black players' spouses, the majority of those spouses are going to be white.
Seems like it. I don't know. I don't have anything to back that up, but I would imagine that's true.
And probably to a degree for the NBA, it would be similar, but I think it's higher for the NFL for whatever reasons. And as much as people want to be like, oh, people just love who they love. I'm with you on that to a degree, but there have to be some other factors at play other than they just happen to love who they love.
Yeah. So that's why I have the dichotomy on one level. I'm like, well, he's in a social circle that he's dating or taking on to the prom who he has access to. That's not his fault. That's not his fault. What's he supposed to do? Go, on a scavenger hunt? I mean, I don't understand how he's supposed to get through life. He's a kid, On the other hand, it just feels like more of the same, and it hurts. I guess some people, it hurts some people,
I feel you. I guess I'm more comfortable discussing it with adults than I am with like a child.
Right.
It's like that's a child going to a prom. Me and kids, I don't play with people.
Should kids be off limits?
I feel like kids should be off limits.
Yeah, on some level. But then,
right.
When it seems like they are being groomed for a certain life or lifestyle, you can't help but to notice that and be like, okay, is this more of the same? But none of us really know, right? None of us really
know.
Knows.
But it's hard to ignore, a pattern.
Right.
It's hard to ignore a pattern.
Okay. Yes. You got to kind of look at it like, this seems like a familiar song.
Right. Like it's pretty predictable. But here's my question. So like when you see this though, you see like a lot of black women get described as being like strong arming or attempting to strong arm black men into dating other black women. Do you think that's the case?
I resent that strong arm statement, but I don't know who said that. So the idea is that Black women are strong arming Black men to date them or come.
Yeah, because similar to like
No.
what we were just describing as like some of the public outcry when a Black guy dates a white woman, especially to use the now deceased Kevin Samuels term, a high value
Oh Lord.
Black, that hurt me to even say that. Black man or a certain type of Black man, that you do get people in the peanut gallery complaining.
I don't
Saying you should be with a Black queen, you should be with a sister or whatever. Or like that dude is not considered as authentically a Black dude, a real Black dude, as somebody that does and can handle Black women.
Okay. So here's my final answer on that. While I believe that anyone, I'm not going to all lives matter us. I'm going to try not to all lives matter us. But while I believe that anyone who is dating outside of their cultural comfort zone or out of their culture, or I hate to say the word race, but if somebody's dating somebody that is not like them culturally, or from the same ethnic background, I think there is something that they have to, I have no scientific evidence to back this up, but I'm going to bet a lot of money that they have to give up something of themselves. Like you have to give up something to be able to gel with a whole other culture. That's my personal belief.
Really?
While I believe that, and this is my second and final answer, I don't think that Black women can or want to, quite frankly, berate Black men into dating them. I don't think that it's possible. I don't think it's possible. If a guy is like exclusively dates a certain type, everybody has a type,
Yeah.
I don't think there's enough berating in the world to make him switch. Because I know for me personally, that I like a certain type of dude, and there's not enough berating in the world for somebody to make me like, you got to try this. No, I don't think so.
See, I don't either, and I don't think it's a good look. I don't think it's a good look just in general. Like you can't berate someone into fucking with you.
Right. Yeah.
So it's
see ya. Peace out. Yeah.
Right. It isn't a good look. It's laughable even. It's laughable. But at the same time, some people enjoy that concept, because I've even seen personally experienced like Black men wanting me to have a reaction that I don't in fact have in regards to them dating.
Wow. How about that?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
shaming. So that is really interesting. What you just said is so interesting. So the idea is that some women think that they can shame men, or maybe they don't really have any real belief that they can shame a man, but they will damn sure die trying to shame a man into, say, not dating a certain type of, woman outside of his ethnicity. And at the same time, when you personally don't express any, when you express like a neutral stance on it, Black men expect you to react.
Absolutely.
That is cool. That
absolutely
fascinating.
And I'll even say this. So it's in popular culture, and it's the predominant belief is that Black women have the strong reaction. I was in a work situation where I had to work next to this young white dude. And we sort of was the front office of the office. So everybody had to come in and interact. So he and I did have a certain amount of chemistry, like a joke type funny chemistry. But we sit there all, hey, they don't call me yummy for nothing.
For nothing. Right? Come on now.
Just get yummy, okay? But he was like younger than me. It was not that. It was not that. But it to the point where I told it. So the Black men, almost every Black man pulled me to the side to advise me to make sure
Shut up.
I on God,
No.
Now you can't be messing with fucking with the white dudes now, right? On God. One of the dudes who pulled me to the side had a white wife.
What? No, what are you?
I am not kidding.
I need his
I'm
number.
not kidding.
I'm going to see him. What's his number?
I'm telling you. So the concept that's constantly pushed is that the majority of Black women care and that we're all amped up. And so I even told them in real time, I said, that's the myth. I'm gonna tell you who cares about interracial dating. Black men.
Mm-hmm.
Because at any point, if you are around Black men and they see you getting too chummy with a white dude, oh, they fucking care.
Even the ones who have white wives.
Even though he had a white wife and 5 half white kids.
Wow.
And this motherfucker was pulling me to the side, trying to advise me. If you don't go
get your
on so many levels, you have no fucking business talking to me, because it wasn't a question. But first off, both me and this man are both single, unlike you.
Hello.
Unlike you.
And good and grown.
Secondly, you're married to a white woman. So if anything, you should be encouraging me. You should be like, you know what? This white stuff is good. I'm doing it.
Come on over to the light side.
But I'm telling you, every Black dude found a way to somehow get me to the side and be like, nah, you know, them white men something else.
How about that? And
I said, you know, and that's the hilarity of it to me. The common consensus or the image that's always put out there is of some angry Black woman or Black woman really caring and Black woman the one pushing this. No, the people who are the most passionate about interracial dating is Black men, if you ask me.
Wait, but I got to push back on you, because I got to believe that part of that reaction is because of you, though. I mean, they see an attractive woman who they probably feel, I'm just speculating, they probably feel you should be with a certain type of man. It doesn't look like that. So they're like, is everything okay here? How does this happen?
But isn't that like the argument that the Black women who do express this, isn't that their argument? That a man like whomever, or to use the high value man term, or this special man,
wow,
that he shouldn't be. I mean, it's kind of the same argument.
It kind of is. I mean,
there could be something to that. But I'm just saying, like, I have seen, I'll run my own personal social experiment just for my own edification and entertainment constantly. And I'm never wrong. I'm never wrong.
But I think that women who, the Black women who have, I don't think that, to be honest, I think that it's kind of expected nowadays. People are still going to react as at their, you know, just because they need something to corroborate or to validate their assertion. Everybody needs something. If you assert something, you're going to look for validation for that assertion. So
yeah,
if my assertion is that, you know, high value, in air quotes, Black men always end up with non-Black women, then I'm going to be looking for that and be like, see, and I'm going to comment on it, and vice versa. But I do think that it's probably, I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's rarer for a high value Black woman to say seek out, be with a non-Black man. I just think that it just doesn't work that way. Most ethnicities, I think, pretty much stick to what's familiar with them, what is familiar to them, rather. And you know, I can't say that I can see how a man would see you and be like, what is going on here? But I do get your point. You know, it's not just the narrative that it's Black women.
Yeah. So, okay. But we do understand, like, that we live in these formerly colonized cultures, and that the dominant culture is of a European background,
Yes.
and that there is a power and influence in that. And that isn't only lost on just in the Black community. I don't know if you saw, even though it's most popular to talk about for us, but this isn't just exclusive to Black people. I don't know if you saw the show Love is Blind on Netflix.
No. Is that recent? Is that a recent?
It's recent, yes. Okay. Season 2. So they had this Indian couple on there that had a similar thing. And both the Indian man and the Indian woman had never dated other Indians.
What they were dating white people, weren't they?
White people.
Of course, yeah.
And so the Indian guy was like, that's his jam. A blonde, that's his shit. So, but he tried to date the Indian girl and she tried to date the Indian man. And it was one of the most tragic train wrecks that I've seen on TV.
Seriously?
Yes.
That's unfortunate. And
it was crazy because so like these same themes that you only think you hear mostly with Black people and Black men dating white women and, you know, standards of beauty and color. But all of those issues came up with them because you got to think the same thing. Indian people were colonized by Britain. They still are brown. You know, they still deal with, you know, racism within their own community.
Yes, color caste system and everything else.
Yep. And it was a thing where he couldn't see her as anything other. He kept saying that she reminded him of his auntie.
Wow.
He literally couldn't see her as like a sexual being. He couldn't do it.
That's a pathology. And furthermore, I've heard that Asian countries kind of exalt this white standard of beauty. And I've heard, I don't know that I'm sure that's not the case for most, but it's not uncommon. It's not uncommon.
No, it's not.
In Asian countries.
Not. And if you just look at the history of that area, then these things are just common. I'm sorry. People don't like to attach the history to the present, but it's a thing.
Yes.
It is a thing.
Yes.
So are you familiar with the NFL player Travis Kelce?
Tell me more.
He's a white guy that plays for the Kansas City Chiefs. He recently, he fine too.
That's
he's
my
fine.
Peeps team.
Okay. Yeah. He's a very popular player. He's just signed a 4-year, $60 million contract.
$60 million.
And speaking of interracial dating, he's the opposite. So he's a white guy, but he's had a Black girlfriend for like the last 5 or 6 years.
Hey.
Hello. Hello. But before I go into
Black
Travis,
girl magic #.
So, but here's the thing, because I've heard people say this too, that there's a double standard that like when a Black guy dates white women, it's like, oh, you sell out. But then when a Black woman dates a white man, it's like, you go, girl. Get it, girl.
Do you think that's true? I don't
know. I don't
think it's true. I think that, first of all, statistically, Black men are more likely to date non-Black women than Black women are to date non-Black men. That's first of all. So statistically, Black men, especially athletes and celebrities, are more likely to date outside of their race. Secondly, if you believe that there is a male shortage, if you believe there's a male shortage, and if the pool of Black men who want you, if we're still believing that we need to get chosen and all that kind of stuff, is very small, then it would stand to reason that if I'm a Black woman, what in the world? Do you hear that?
I do. Is there a storm coming?
Amber alert. Sorry. Oh. Dang. I'm glad that they have them. So
Yeah.
Sorry about that. But if you are a person who believes that you still need to be chosen and things like that, and this pool of men from which to choose is very small, if you are only looking inside your race, then the reasons are just vastly different. The reasons that a Black woman might marry a non-Black man are so different than the reasons that a Black man would date a non-Black woman. And some people might say, well, who cares? I mean, who are we to say? How do we know? But I just think it's not fair. It's just different. It's like, it's one thing to, eat McDonald's because that's what you choose and you really like that. And I know I can choose from Red Lobster, McDonald's, Christopher J's and all that, but I prefer McDonald's. It's a whole nother thing to only be able to choose from McDonald's. And then you got to start figuring out what you want off the McDonald's menu, because you don't have the option to select from all these other menus. Does that make sense? I don't know if that.
Yeah.
Maybe I went too far out there, but.
Well, that's just like, so this popular Black blog had Malia Obama. So they had a picture of her, who is a doll. She is a walking doll.
She's a doll.
She dated the same white guy all the way through college. And they caught a picture of her walking with another white guy, a really homely looking white guy. And the headline was, "Oh, she has a type."
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, basically saying she only messes with white men.
That's not fair.
That's so not fair at all.
That is not fair. Who said that? They get no credit. Whoever said that gets no credit.
None.
No credibility. None. No. It's not like that.
So Kendrick Lamar has on his new album, he talks about a couple times he had sex with a white woman. Which
Kendrick? Oh, well, I guess that doesn't surprise me.
They all the same. So yeah, which I was kind of like, okay, I didn't even get it. So on the Breakfast Club, niggas stupid, but on the Breakfast Club, they're like, yeah, I get it. You kind of do it to get back at their fathers.
That's ridiculous. That's the most ridiculous,
like,
absurd.
Are y'all really that stupid?
That's really absurd. That is so absurd.
So here's a quote. "When I dated white women, it was a matter of revenge," this guy says. "For all the racist white men I've encountered over the years who mess with me for no reason, it was a way to say, yeah, that's right. And I fucked your daughter too."
That sounds ridiculous.
That's so dumb.
See, that kind of guy, that kind of guy, y'all can have him. We'll take.
That's my point.
We'll take the guy from the Kansas City Chiefs. Y'all can have him. Let us have the other dude. The delegate has decided.
Keep him.
He's an idiot.
And so the person that wrote this article, she said that her problem with this was that I guess there was a larger context of this, though. He was saying that he brought Black women into this into the equation. And so if and when I have an issue with interracial dating, it is just that. Whenever someone brings Black women into a reason why,
right,
that's when it's a fuck no for me. It's like, just do you.
Yeah.
Why do you have to bring me up in whatever you feel I am or I am not?
Mm-hmm. I agree.
As a group, that's when I know you own some bullshit.
100%.
But you do hear that. So that's
weak. To me, that's weak. So weak. That is so weak. I mean, if you like who you like, and I'm 100% with you. Well, I'll say 90% with you. If you like who you like and that's who you prefer, have at it. Yeah. I probably don't like your ass anyway. And people that I know don't like you either. But don't try to denigrate Black women in the process.
Right.
Shit to you.
You
gotta blame your dumbass mammy, okay? Not me.
Right. I don't have nothing to do with this. So you don't have to shoot me weird looks in public. You don't have to get on no soapbox about Black women. I don't represent all the millions of black women in the world. You know, it's
No.
do you. That's when it's a deal breaker for me. It's like, okay, you own some bullshit.
No, I'm playing a dozen. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good on them. Not cool.
Right.
Not cool, man. Not cool, Robert Frost.
No. Kanye West.
Uh-oh.
He has gone through his 4th divorce lawyer.
Oh, what a surprise.
Yes.
What did he do now? Why is he firing people, or are they firing him?
You know, they're not really saying if they are fired or if they quit, but they're just saying that it's over. Well, no, that's not true. This lawyer, Samantha Spector, she filed to withdraw from the high-profile family law case. Spector said it was down to an irreconcilable breakdown in the attorney-client relationship.
Oh, what a surprise.
Right. Is anybody shocked that you can't work with this motherfucker?
I'm sorry. I have no sympathy for that dude.
Yeah,
he needs help. I mean, he needs help. It's true, but yeah, that's not my fault. It's not my fault, and he deserves whatever you get. Ugh, yuck.
Yeah, that's crazy. And so on the new episode of the Kardashians, Kim is kind of talking about it some. So she says that Kanye's coming out with a new song. And so she goes, that means he's talking mad shit about me and probably saying whatever. She tells her family, and then several of them chime in, including her sister Chloe and mother Kris Jenner, the latter of whom says, well, you know, when he says something bad about one of us, it hurts all of us. But
give me a fucking break. Okay, what else? What the fuck else? What?
So then after some more back and forth, she goes on to offer her family an apology. She says, I do recognize the impact that my relationship has had on my family, and I've never had the opportunity to just say, I'm sorry, guys. I protected that for so long, but I said I will never let that happen to you guys again.
Oh, you mean like when you leaked a video of you fucking a dude like that time?
Wow.
You're apologizing for that? Thanks, Kim.
Wow.
Fuck out of here.
So you're not buying it?
Hells no. I mean, I ain't hating on her progress and her moving on, but she really needs to stop. Like, no, give me a fucking break. Nobody,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. And all of them. Hey, it hurts all of us. Shut the fuck up. Get the fuck out of here.
Right.
With that bullshit.
The bullshit.
Have you been watching the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp trial?
I only see clips. That is the craziest shit I have ever seen in my life.
The attorney, though. Hashtag she's a boss bitch. She's only like 5 feet tall. And she is a beast. She is a beast. I'm talking about Johnny Depp's attorney.
I heard she's on there killing it.
She is killing it. I want to pal around with her.
Yeah.
She's like 12. She's like, I mean, she's really young, but she is like on her shit.
But Amber she just handed that case over.
I hope that she does not. I hope it's not over yet, right? I think they're deliberating right now, right?
Yeah.
From what I hear, because I haven't been, 100% attuned to it, just bits and pieces. But from what I can see, it looks like Miss Amber Heard she's not going to win.
I don't think so.
She's a liar.
She's a terrible liar. She's crazy though.
She's perjury. Yeah, she's like, you think she's crazy, or she crazy like a fox?
If 50% of that stuff is true, she's crazy. if she took a shot or whatever the past tense of it is in the bed, you are nuts. Do you know how hard it is to shit anywhere other than in a toilet?
It's really hard to shit.
That's hard to do. That's hard.
You gotta like really try.
You gotta really, your body will not wants to hold it.
Like, I can say this from experience as someone who has had to go in public, like at a public restroom, and could not in a restroom.
Yes. Or you
Oh,
know,
yeah.
you try to squat on the side of the road or something. It's like,
Hell, your
I
body just
know.
won't
Yeah,
let
right.
Your body won't let you.
So you are in a place that where you live in, a bed you sleep in, and how do you shit? You are crazy. She's bonkers.
Yeah, she ain't right in the head.
And that's the type of thing where it's like nothing else that is being said. I don't even hear it because I'm stuck on the shitting in the bed.
Like, wait a minute, wait. We
Right.
cannot move on until everybody in the room acknowledges that that's some crazy shit. Did y'all hear what this bitch just said? Okay.
The shit in a bed. You got and squatted in your own bed and left it?
She is. Do you see how she? Well, if you guys are watching the trial, or if you watch, whenever the attorneys ask her questions, she doesn't look at them. She looks at the jury. It's so odd. It is very, and I know it's a tactic, but it is odd.
And then she be on there crying with no tears. I'm like, bitch, you an actress?
She is definitely an actress. She is like, yes.
You like a D
thinks she
quality.
is.
I mean, I'm like, go in there with some smelling. I don't know. Take some salt and drip it in your eyes or something. Make the tears, Amber.
Onions or something. I don't know.
Rub some spices in your eyes. But that crying that you're doing without any tears, it's not working.
That's pathological. She's like she's a sociopath.
While you creepily talk to the jury.
Yes, I'm asking you the question, but you looking over there, bitch. What you looking at? I asked you the question.
Respect me. Talk to me.
I mean, that is so odd. To me, that looks really, I know what they're trying to do, but it just looks really odd from the outside looking in.
And did you hear the clip where she talking about he fucked her with a wine bottle or something?
Oh my freaking goodness. No, I believe Johnny did that though. His weird ass.
Thank you for listening. If you like what you heard, review, subscribe, and share. It helps other listeners find us. And don't forget to follow us at Yummy Fearless on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and even Pinterest, where you'll find additional content from today's show and also our highly curated He Can Get It list. As always, you can listen to the Yummy and Fearless podcast with the Side Chicks on Apple iTunes, YouTube, Stitcher, and Spotify. And if no one else has told you today, we love you and thank you so much for listening.
You've been listening to a podcast of the Podfix Network. Discover more audible gems like this at podfixnetwork.com. Make sure to catch up-to-the-minute network shenanigans by following @Podfix on Twitter, official_Podfix on Instagram, @Podfix Network on Facebook. And make sure to subscribe to Podfix Presents wherever you choose to find podcasts. The Podfix Network, artist owned and loved.